basically only in Magic Kingdom. That was something that when I started going in October, I was kind of surprised at, because I saw for Christmas it was full blown in like the parks in certain sections, but that's really the only other time that they kind of do that. So I feel like when I saw the pictures and the things that go on at Disneyland, Disneyland does a full immersive thing that happens in, the Haunted Mansion. They do. And there's all these like little things. Disney World just doesn't really do that to individual rides. Not yet. It's not to say that they won't, but not yet.
Well, those that are listening may take a page out of your book here and may actually put something to it. Who knows? You can start a revolution right about now with that nice little explanation that you had. So, what is your favorite park?
That's not fair. You can't say it.
Okay,
you can't ask me that.
No, because you, myself, some other people I know, we don't like to rank favorites because every day is a different thought, right? Every day you may want. Your three favorites could be pancakes, cookies, and waffles. Okay. But, you like one more than the other on Monday and the other one more than the other on Tuesday because that's what you want. So let me put it this way. Top 3 parks you enjoy every year.
Okay. So I have to put Magic Kingdom, obviously, because when I go to Magic Kingdom and I walk down Main Street, I am 37 years old, and I will absolutely admit that every time I walk down there and I see the castle, I cry like a baby. It is an emotional attachment that people don't understand. People that are not true Disney fans don't get it. When you build up a vacation or a memory, it's not a childish thing. It's all of your worries and everything just subside. You're able to just completely decompress, relax, and enjoy in the moment. When you look at your kids and they see in that awe, it doesn't matter what amount of time has passed or anything, the excitement and joy that you see around you in your own family, and even just staring at people. Sometimes you just got to people watch. And no other park and no other place. I love Disney Cruise Line. I love Hollywood Studios, everything else, but nothing else will match that. So definitely Magic Kingdom in terms of that. Second would probably be Epcot, just because I feel with Epcot, I don't ever have to rush. I can just go around. It's not about drinking around the world. It's not about catching every single character, but in this day, whether it be with fast passes and dining and constantly run around. And I run around crazy. I'm a New Yorker. That's all I do. So I'm used to the fast pace. And I enjoy the fast pace. But for some reason, when I'm walking through Epcot and walking around those countries, the second I hit Mexico, I'm calm. It might also happen that I have my margarita at that point, but I can go around and just enjoy. And the funny thing is, no matter what time I go, I am always that fortunate one. There's a little path when you're starting to go down. It's near the Joffreys. There's a little cutout with two basically big doors that open up to let cast members in and out. And for some reason, we've always been lucky that maybe it's because we're going so slow. The cast members always pull us and we get picked to be with those characters behind the closed doors. So definitely Epcot for that. If I have to go in terms of Hollywood Studios or Animal Kingdom, that's hard. I love Star Wars, and I'm probably going to get everybody mad. But I think I'm going to pick Animal Kingdom over Hollywood Studios. And I think my girl Mandy is like screaming right now. But I love it, and I'm a fan, but I think I like Animal Kingdom better because of Pandora. Now, to be fair, I only went on Smuggler's Run in Hollywood Studios. I did not go on the new one, on Rise of Resistance. That opened on the 5th, and we were there on the 5th. And I said no on the 5th because I was not waiting 6 hours and I didn't want to do this whole queue thing. I've gotten to a point now that because we are so fortunate to go every year, I don't feel like I need the rush. Between, I think, also becoming Disney Vacation Club members and we were in DVC for a very long time. Let me tell you something. I am a value person, a moderate, and a deluxe when I could afford it. I am not one of these people that just says, oh, I have to be in this, or I'm not going to Disney or anything else. I've been in all different types of vacation styles and places and everything else. But knowing that with DVC, I have the ability to go because it's already prepaid with my vacations in a sense. It gives me the flexibility and it gives me that calming sensation to say, okay, I didn't get to see Rise. I know I'm going to be back in 6 months or a year or whatever it is. So I think I'm now at that point where every decision I'm making, I'm trying to calm it down and take a step back because I've gone so much.
Let me ask you this. You brought up Smuggler's Run and you brought up Star Wars. So there's been a lot of talk that the Star Wars attractions, like there's they like it, they don't like it, there's things about it. Do you think, in your opinion, being Animal Kingdom better, do you think because there are more cons than pros, and that's what I believe, and I could be wrong, but because there are more cons than pros, because the Star Wars attraction is more new, that there's still some kinks to work out, is that why Animal Kingdom stands out?
Yes. Now I will say because I know many people that have ridden both. So to me, at this point in the game, and prior to Star Wars coming out, most people, not all, most people would have agreed that Pandora was the best ride in all of Disney. Now, this immersive experience, and I've seen videos and I've talked to many people that have ridden it, they said that Rise of Resistance blows Pandora out of the water. And like I said, I haven't experienced for myself, but I tend to believe that that's true. However, I think that between the situation of just trying to get on the ride, I'm not sure if you're aware, but basically what ends up happening at this stage, there's no fast passes, obviously, because it's still so new. So Disney has adapted this new way of, it's essentially a lottery. People don't want to call it a lottery, but it really is a gamble. And I'll take it to one of my friends that just went recently. So you have to get to the park. But when it first came out, everybody would be going hours and hours before. So if there was an 8 o'clock start, you would be leaving at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to get on this line, to be able to get in, to go to this ride first. Disney put a squash to that because there was so much inconsistency as terms, the park opens at 8. They started letting people in at 7. And they were just really offending and not handling the crowd capacity for the ride properly. So now what they've done is that you need to be your entire party needs to be with you. You need to be inside the park. You go on to the app. You go off of, now there's a lot of discrepancy whether being on Wi-Fi or being not on Wi-Fi. Honestly, I don't know because I've heard it work both ways, to be fair. People say get off Wi-Fi because otherwise it keeps circling. But basically you have to go on and you have to click for your party and then hope you get a boarding group. Now, the only problem with this boarding group is that if me and you are standing next to each other, hopefully in a couple of months, not 6 feet from each other, and this is all fast forward, but we're standing next to each other and we both go on. I can get boarding group 22 and you can get boarding group 99. There is no right or wrong way of how they're handling it. Nobody knows which bandwidth is going faster. It's a gamble. What they're then doing is, let's just say in that scenario, I'm 22 and you're 99. They will say boarding groups up to 67 is quote unquote in to guarantee. Now, they will give me, because I'm underneath that number, a time frame to come back. They'll say, okay, they're now boarding group 22, and I have an hour to go back. The issue that people are having is that that's all fine and dandy if the ride does not break down. If the ride breaks down, which they are having some issues, so like I said, I have a friend that just went on, the ride broke down. Now she was able to get a situation where she was able to go the next day because it pushed her over. But for people what happens if they're saying up to 67 and you're number 68? Do you stay in the park and take the chance and wait all day? Do you go back to your hotel? Are you in an Epcot resort that you can, quote unquote, get back to within that hour? What happens if you're 67 and people that were 44 to 48 didn't show up and they're pushing it forward? Now, for me, it doesn't matter because I don't really park hop. And when I say I'm going to be in a park, we are morning to nighttime people. We don't stop. If we say we're going to be in Hollywood Studios, we're in Hollywood Studios. So if I have to wait the whole day, it's nothing really to me. But I know a lot of friends and a lot of people that vacation very differently from me. They will get up, basically, they'll get up, they'll go, they'll either have breakfast, have some of their fast passes maybe from 10 to 12, hang out at the parks, go back to their resort from like maybe, 1 to 4, eat dinner, and then go back late at night. That's not going to work if you're getting called at 2:00 in the afternoon. So I think that's kind of like, pushed it against it. I like the ride. My favorite ride, other than Pandora, is Tower of Terror, which is in Hollywood Studios, by the way. So I have to kind of credit that a little bit. Let me make that very clear. It's Hollywood Studios has my favorite ride, and then Haunted Mansion is a close second for Magic Kingdom, but that's beside the point. But I think I like Animal Kingdom because I've just kind of fallen in again. It's that relaxing pace that I can enjoy. And that's kind of what I'm looking for in a crazy, hectic world of planning everything and planning every minute. I am that crazy person that will get up 6 months in advance and 60 days and plan everything out and then get to Disney World and say, and rip up the plan and be like, I'm not going to do that anyway. Unless it's affecting my dining, I stick with my dining because I don't want to get charged. But other than that, I've already done that ride. The kids don't need to see Fantasmic. Let's go back to the resort. I'm bad. I'm really bad. My friends know this.
It's funny. It's funny you say that too, because as new as Star Wars is and as many problems it is, it's more of a hassle to change your life around wanting to see something that you'll probably, because let's face it, any vacation is going to cost a lot of money. Whether you're flying, where you're staying, how many people are in your party, you have to budget. So with what you were saying about the problems of, do I work around my problem in order to solve it? This really is a hinder for anyone to see a new ride. If you understand how I'm saying this, it really does hinder it. But you're right in a sense. What do I do for that time? Do I stay in the park? Do I take the gamble and go somewhere else? What if the ride I'm on is taking long, and I might miss my chance to hop into the Star Wars ride? I mean,
well, I'll stop you on that. If for some reason you're on, let's just say Tower of Terror, or you're going to see a character or something like that, and you get that call and you're in the park, I'm telling you right now, you drop it. You drop it. You can get on Tower of Terror any other day. You can see that character any other day. My point to it is that if you've already left the park, if you've got 2 small kids and you're already out, are you really going to go all the way back? Me, psycho me? Yeah, I probably would. But most people aren't going to do that.
I would probably be on the most people side. Once we're out, we're out. There's always tomorrow. I'm more positive that way.
Right.
But I'm more with the 99 other percent, being if you're the 1%, I'm the other 99. That's once I'm gone, I'm out. That means I'm headed home. That means it's a quick bite to eat outside the park and back to the hotel room. And tomorrow's another day. We can fight the battle then. So we are coming up on the end. And like you said earlier, we can do this for 10 hours. Who knows? Maybe we'll make this a segment because the present pandemic could be over. You can go on your cruise like you wanted and we can cover it again. Let's go ahead and why don't you tell our listeners out there where they can find you on the internets?
Okay, so I'm pretty active on social media. So you could find me on the Disney Royals with Cruising with Kathy. You can find me on Disney Aficionado. That's me and my husband's private cruise page. I'm also pretty active on the Disney Crush with Tony Ann and Dave. They're amazing, and also with Mandy in the Disney Spot. Myself, I am actually the owner of Cuts by Magic, so you can obviously find me there on Facebook and on Etsy. Okay, and before we go, I have a great offer for you. I'm actually the owner of Cuts by Magic, so I'm offering all